Hi, I am Vinicio Armas and I'm gonna talk about the history of Guatemala in the early years and some of the governments that this beautiful country had. Okay, first I'm gonna talk about the General Justo Rufino Barrios. Uh, First, the impressive ancient Mayan civilization Guatemala was conquered by Spanish Pedro de Alvarado in 1524, and in this way Guatemala was a Spanish province. Guatemala gained the independence from Spain on September 15, 1821. It briefly became part of the Mexican Empire and then for a period belonged to a federation called the United Provinces of Central America. Guatemala was become into a republic in 1820 or 1839 after the United Provinces of Central America collapsed. Guatemala Liberal Revolution came in 1871 under the leadership of Justo Rufino Barrios. Barrios was a general and he worked for the country and for modernizing the nation and to improve trade, and he also introduced new crops and manufacturing. During this era coffee became an important crop for Guatemala because coffee is considered one of the principal crops that has Guatemala. Barrios has ambitions of reuniting Central America. This took the country to a war in an unsuccessful attempt to attain this, losing his life on the battlefield in 1885 against forces in El Salvador. Okay, after the government of Barrios, it came to power the dictator Manuel Carrera. His government is considered like a dictation because it was from 1898 to 1920, and also it has some characteristics that are proper of the dictation government. After Carrera, it came to power Jorge Ubico from 1931 to 1944. He modified the law for allowing him to be re-elected in 2 times. After the second time, it came some liberal democratic coalitions by the groups that are opposite to his government, like the students of the University of San Carlos de Guatemala, and also some professionals. After Ubico, it came to the power Juan José Arevalo Bermejo, and this was very important because the government of Arevalo is liberal, and this and his like a way of thinking is very different from Ubico because this last is conservator, and Arevalo instituted social and political reforms that strengthened the peasantry and urban workers at the expense of the military and big landowners like the U.S. owned United Fruit Company, the UFCO, and also the IRCA, that is was called the company that has the biggest business of the railways. This had in consequence the series of repressive regimes that followed. and the country was plunged into war that will last 35 years, and it only ended with the signature of the peace within the government of the late Alvaro Azul. This war was characterized with death squads and the characteristic war. Thank you for your attention.